Engine, transmission, and performance. Porsche will let you spec the Cayenne in several ways, starting with a called the e-hybrid, marries an electric motor and a turbocharged V6 for a combined 463 horsepower. The Cayenne S boasts a 468 horsepower twin-turbo V8 with a great-sounding exhaust note and breathtaking acceleration. The GTS model gets the same engine, but with 493 ponies. There's also an SE hybrid, which uses a turbocharged 3.0-liter V6 and an electric motor for 512 horsepower and 553 pound-feet of torque. All engines pair with an astute 8-speed automatic transmission and all-wheel drive. While making anything that weighs more than 2 tons move gracefully is challenging, the engineers in Stuttgart were successful with the Cayenne. When we sampled a Cayenne S, we found it just as athletic and refined as last year's model, and the GTS we drove proved to be even more of a driver's car. Adaptive dampers are now standard across the Cayenne lineup, and most trims will have additional performance options that include an adjustable air suspension, 4-wheel steering for improved maneuverability, and active anti-roll bars for flatter cornering. Interior 4-zone climate control. Rivals like the Audi Q7 and the Volvo XC90 have 3 rows while the Porsche has only 2, but the Cayenne's back seat is adjustable and provides plenty of stretch-out space. Infotainment and connectivity. The Cayenne's driver and front passenger face a wall of digital displays that stretch the entire width of the dashboard. In the center is a 12.3-inch touchscreen with wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto capability. To the right is a secondary and optional 10.9-inch display for the front passenger, which Porsche says can be used to stream video content because it features a safety mechanism that makes it invisible from the driver's vantage point. There's a separate 12.6-inch screen meant just for the driver, nestled behind the steering wheel and projecting vehicle speed, the tachometer, a trip computer, and other functions. Overview. Just like the 911 sports car, the 2025 Porsche Cayenne SUV serves as the de facto benchmark for driving enjoyment in its respective segment. This mid-size, 2-row luxury crossover is unnaturally light on its feet, with chassis tuning derived from over 2 decades of performance SUV supremacy. Turbocharged V6, twin-turbo V8, and plug-in hybrid powertrains are available, creating a broad lineup of Cayenne variants. All are expressly athletic, with delicate handling that's a rarity in the SUV marketplace. The Cayenne is also surprisingly easy to live with as a daily driver, with a comfortable cabin, a generously sized cargo bay, and plentiful luxury and tech features. Excellence doesn't come cheap, though, and to outfit a Cayenne with the most desirable features adds big numbers to the bottom line. Those in the know understand that you get what you pay for, though, and the Cayenne is certainly worth the investment. For even higher performance, bordering on insanity, in a Porsche SUV, consider the 650 horsepower Cayenne Coupe Turbo GT or the 729 horsepower Cayenne Turbo e-hybrid, both of which we review separately. Pricing and which one to buy. The price of the 2025 Porsche Cayenne starts at $86,695 and goes up to $126,895 depending on the trim and options. We're very fond of the entry-level Cayenne, which comes standard with a 12.3-inch touchscreen, a 10-speaker stereo, and a Wi-Fi hotspot, among other popular equipment, and our preferred configuration would expand upon that with thoughtful options. We'd add the premium package that includes ambient interior lighting, adaptive cruise control, a more powerful Bose surround sound system, heated front and rear seats, and a panoramic sunroof. We'd also optimize its on-road performance and off-road capabilities with the Sport Chrono package, expanded drive modes and launch control, the off-road package, extra underbody protection and additional displays, and the adaptive air suspension. What's new for 2025? A 493 horsepower GTS model joins the Cayenne lineup for 2025. This racier variant uses the same twin-turbo 4.0-liter V8 as the Cayenne S, but gets a 25 horsepower power boost. It also inherits some performance-enhancing features from the outrageous Turbo GT model, reviewed separately, including a water-cooled all-wheel drive system and some suspension components designed to improve steering response. The GTS comes standard with the Sport Design package, which adds black exterior trim, dark bronze exhaust tips, and black wheels. Interior flourishes, including GTS logos on the headrest, are also included. 0 to 60 mph times. When we tested the base Cayenne with the 348 horsepower turbocharged V6, we recorded a brisk 4.7 second 60 mph time. The Cayenne S, GTS, and SE-hybrid models will no doubt prove quicker, but we haven't had any of those on our test track yet. We did test the mechanically similar Cayenne S Coupe, which hit 60 miles per hour in 3.9 seconds. Range, charging, and battery life. The 2025 e-hybrid model comes with a 21.8 kilowatt-hour battery pack that should deliver around 22 miles of electric driving range. The SE hybrid's range should be a little lower, around 20 miles per charge. Porsche also upgraded the Cayenne's onboard charger during the last redesign in 2024 to allow for faster charging times. Fuel economy and real-world MPG. The EPA estimates that the base Cayenne should deliver 17 mpg city and 23 mpg highway, while the S and GTS models with the V8 engine are good for 15 mpg city and 21 mpg highway. The e-hybrid and SE hybrid models have not yet been rated by the EPA. When we get a chance, we'll take the new Cayenne on our 75 amp highway fuel economy test route and update this story with the results. The GTS's standard air springs and PSM suspension dampers lower the body 0.4 inch closer to planet Earth relative to the same components on the Cayenne S, and there's a sprinkling of know-how from the athletic Cayenne Turbo GT model baked in. The front steering knuckles, for example, are ported over from that hunkered-down Cayenne and deliver 0.58 degree of additional negative camber for the front tires. Beyond the Cayenne GTS's standard equipment and mechanical revisions are features you simply can't get on the S, including the enlarged front intakes and a lightweight sport package. Porsche says reduces weight by up to 55 pounds via a lightened roof panel, carbon fiber rear diffuser, and the removal of some sound-deadening material. Porsche finishes this off with its Sport Design package, which blends gloss black fender flares, rocker panels, and other exterior trim, plus red-painted brake calipers, tinted headlights and taillights, and dark gray 21-inch Spider design wheels. The GTS bridges that gap, however narrow it may be. Equipped with every performance option: rear axle steering, 1,280, Porsche Dynamic Chassis Control Active Roll Stabilization, PDCC, 3,580, Sport Chrono, 1-100, and Porsche Ceramic Composite Brakes, PCCB, 9,070. The Cayenne GTS delivers more road feel, more athleticism, and an altogether more focused vibe than the more mall-friendly Cayenne S. Porsche tunes the active anti-roll bars, PDCC, as well as the non-active roll bars standard on the GTS, for firmer roll resistance than you receive in a Cayenne S. Twisting the drive mode knob from normal to Sport Plus dials down body roll like a rheostat. Normal keeps the car commendably flat while allowing slight lean that helps drivers determine where they're at with available grip, and Sport tightens this up further. Sport Plus seemingly keeps the body level with whatever road surface you happen to be on, no matter how hard you're cornering. Same goes for the adaptive dampers. Porsche says the two-chamber air springs carry over from the pre-refresh Cayenne unchanged, though their firmness variances are more subtle as you work through the different modes, and the ride remains comfortable throughout. Further accentuating the racier vibes, a GT sport steering wheel with a smaller diameter rim, yellow shift lights that rise from the 10 and 2 o'clock positions on the central tachometer and meet in the center before flashing blue when it's time to manually upshift, in manual mode, of course, a tolerable sizzle from our test Cayenne's tires on optional 22-inch wheels, and the burble from the sport exhaust, which is augmented by engine sounds piped in through the audio speakers, a tune whose volume increases in Sport and Sport Plus modes. We could do without the piped-in engine sounds, which seem to emanate from the dashboard and sound less like intake sounds than exhaust sounds, of which There are plenty from the V8 already coming out of the Cayenne's butt. The unnatural source location from the car's nose only calls more attention to it.